Welcome to Miss Julie's Montessori Minutes. So you clicked on a video that said what to put in Easter eggs. So maybe you're looking for something besides candy, especially for toddlers. So hopefully that means you're ready to have an open mind and explore new big ideas about what to do with those plastic Easter eggs. So full disclosure, when I was growing up, we only hunted for hard-boiled eggs that we had dyed. We never hunted for plastic filled eggs except, at like community egg hunts. And when my own children, who are now all adults, were growing up, they also just hunted for hard-boiled eggs at our house. Now, the grandparents' house, they did hunt for plastic eggs, and Miss Julie's #1 rule is we never question grandparents. So the first time I had to personally ask myself this question was when I opened up my own school, which I'm in a classroom now, and I decided we were going to have an Easter egg hunt the week before Easter. And I thought, what am I going to put in those eggs? Because at my school, we have Whole Foods and I don't serve any kind of dessert. And so it would not be in keeping with my school philosophy to all of a sudden give the children a bunch of candy. And also I didn't want a bunch of children who were hyped up on sugar when it came to nap time. That wouldn't be fun. So I rolled the candy out. And then I thought of, little doodads or stickers or that sort of thing to put in eggs. But I thought, that just becomes garbage in a few days and sends home clutter to the parents. And another thought I had was Montessori school environments are non-competitive. So I didn't want to set up a competitive environment where the children were scrambling over each other to try to find these plastic eggs filled with little gifts. I decided to do a grand experiment and put nothing in the eggs. Nothing in the eggs. Nothing. And to observe the child and see what happened. So that's what I did. I hid a bunch of little empty plastic Easter eggs in our backyard. And so they started looking, and I just had one basket, and then they would find the eggs and be delighted. I found a yellow one, I found a purple one, there's one in the wagon. And they would run and put the egg into this big empty communal basket. When the basket was full and they couldn't find any, they spontaneously started to rehide them. And this went on, I didn't time it. It went on for a very long time. We had extended garden time because they were just having so much fun, just as much fun hiding the eggs for each other. Okay, so here's some benefits to putting nothing in those plastic eggs. It's better for the teeth, it's better for the waistline, better just for general health, not putting sugar in. You're considering little toys. It keeps all those little toys that are going to break and not be loved for very long out of the landfill. Just emptiness inside an egg is better for the environment, right? Nothing doesn't leave a carbon footprint of any kind. Also, it takes the focus off consumerism. So it's just different when they're hunting for eggs that aren't filled with things to consume. And we're not sending that message of the right amount is too much. And Easter hunts aren't the only times we do this, where we encourage our children to gather up more of something than they need, right? Same with Halloween, my favorite holiday though. Same with Halloween and Christmas, like we create these situations where they're compelled to gather up all of this candy, an excess of candy, more than they could eat at one sitting, more than they could eat in a day, or should. More than they should eat in one sitting, more than they should eat in a day, more sometimes than they should eat in a month. And so we set them up to thinking excess is the right amount to get. It's a subtle thing, and it's definitely an indirect message, but it's one that when replicated every year, does start to sink in. The right amount is more than I need. Fight that consumer excess message at a very young age. So keeping the Easter eggs empty gives us an opportunity to focus on the fun of being together, the fun of the hunt, the fun of the process, the fun of movement and activity versus the fun of getting things. Another benefit, back to that excess candy, is it's less work for you. Well, it's less work going shopping, it's less work filling the eggs, and it's less work managing all that candy, because you're going to, I hope, with a toddler, have to set and enforce limits, which you wouldn't have to if they didn't have an excess amount of candy. You'll have to say no, constantly to them if they're really persistent, and so that creates a struggle for you, and that's more work. You have to, take the mental energy to say, well, how many pieces am I going to give the child? Does it depend on what kind of candy they want? Does it depend on how large the candy is? It's just a whole lot of mental energy and that you could just avoid, if you set limits with the candy to begin with. And a good limit is no candy in the eggs. Save it for the Easter basket or whatever. Comment below with the favorite things you found in Easter eggs when you were 1 or 2. Or comment below with your ideas for items to put in those Easter eggs for your toddlers besides candy and junk. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and here's some more videos for you.